and welcome back to the Mindful Model Makers Workshop. What we're going to do today, we're going to start a 7 models. This is a brass etch kit. If you've never done one of these before, I have made little bits before. I've never made a whole building. I've made just small items, but yeah, I've read through. I've also bought this gadget for bending. You can get these on eBay round about the £20 odd mark. They vary. It's got little bits and pieces on there, but I'll show you it in motion. So this is to go on the layout of the other building that I'm building, and this is like a little workshop. There's a picture of the finished item, so we'll see what how close we can get it to that, but we'll give it a go anyway, see what happens. So that's what we're building, and I'll show you how we can start. We're going to start with a little lean-to bit there, because there's some folds and bends and things on that. I just want to show you what I did to create that part. So this is the part I've done. So this is one of the sides. It has a piece that's bent over where the roof will attach to. It has a double fold round, obviously to give it strength. I think you can see down, and you can see where it's folded 1 and then 2. And then the other bit is just a single fold at 90 degrees. Okay. It tells you on a blown up picture of the bit that we're working on, which is there, this bit here. Okay, so it shows you the double fold on that bit, single fold there, and then you just bend that across to match the angle of the slope of the roof. Okay, right, so what I did to cut the pieces off of the actual sprue, which obviously is a brass, is, here we are there, I use just an ordinary Stanley knife and just cut through. It doesn't take a lot. You can use some very small side cutters if you got them. Be very careful that whatever you use, you don't distort any of the brass. Some of it is curved a little bit where it's been in the packet, but once you've cut it, you can just kind of gently coax it back to being flat again. All right. I have got a few metalwork tools as well, which I did use on this. So we're going to make this piece here to be the same as the other piece that we made. Okay, so what we need to do is the piece that we made there. So what I'm going to do now is just get my Stanley knife so that we can cut that piece out. So get the Stanley knife. There we go. So here's the knife. And all I'm going to do is to just cut down. You can cut it away from it if you want. Don't have to go that close. And then you can just file it back, nip it off with some cutters, and then just file down to clean it all up. That's all you really need to do. So just press down through that. So, and then it leaves the piece there. Okay, so that now can just be neatened up with a needle file. So we're neatening up the base of that to match the other piece, and that's all we've got to do is just file that away like so. It's quite easy, it comes off quite quickly, and of course don't file too far down. Now obviously that's the outer side with the slats, wood slats on it, so you want to be a bit more careful with that. That bit there sticking out, lots of file there, so what I'll do, I'll take that down a bit closer. It will come on the inside, you're not really going to notice it, but let's start by neatening things up, I think, which is how I did on the other one. That's it, that's that bit there. Got the 2 bits on the roof. On this one, they have folded in underneath, which not really going to see them. But again, if you prefer to cut them off, let's get rid of them now. They are quite easy to manipulate. You could kind of wiggle them backwards and forwards, I suppose. You've got to be careful you don't distort the other brass. This is a kind of a different technique, really, of modelling. But they make some really wonderful stuff. So lots of kind of super detail bits if you're making dioramas and things like that. So 7 models are worth a look on the internet. So it's www.7models.com. Very simple. Have a look at what they do and you'll be quite surprised. Now, this gadget here is what I use for bending. Now, you've got the good side of the brass, but if you turn it over, you will see where the bends are because it's scored down. The thickness is not the same where it's got to be bent. And on the bit where there's a double bend, you've got the 2 lines. So what I did, the way I did this, I did the furthest bend first. And then did the other bend. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. So you put it in the tool, like so, and you should be able to see the line there. And then when you tighten it down, it clamps it. Then all you've literally got to do is move that up, and that will give you a complete 90-degree bend. Unscrew, take it out, and now you can see that that is bent perfectly. I'm not saying you can't do it. Lots of people put bits of wood on various things, rulers, put a ruler on and bend it around that. But this, to me, is a bit of a kind of a no-brainer because it's so much easier. Then for the second bend, now what you've got to realise here, you're not going to get a full bend because it's not going to let you go that far. So just when you've got it in the position, clamp it and then bend it up. Like so. Now you're not going to get it right the way round, but it doesn't matter. That's sufficient because that starts it off. Okay. Then you can use your fingers very gently going along and bending it down. Now what I found very handy, if you've got a ruler, steel rule, put that in like so. Okay. Now I've got some metalwork bits and pieces. I mean, you may not have all of this. It's only because, so I've got this block of steel here. I can put that on top of there. I can just push down if I want with my thumb, and that will be nice. If I really want to, I have a silversmithing hammer, which I have, but you don't need to hit it hard. I just go along, just give it a little gentle tap, like so. Let's slide the rule out, and there is my fold. I hope you can see that there on the end. Okay, so that's as easy as that. This one here, I just got to bend that the shape, so pop it in until it lines up like so. Remember, half the work's kind of done because it's already been scored. So it's not as though you've got to score this and bend it yourself. And then pop it up. Now it's not going to go right up because I bent that. But it doesn't matter. You can go around and find a bit, so I could put it in there if I wanted to on that one. Because you see there's a gap there. So that will enable me to go up the full amount. So that's what the little cutouts are for, so that you can put it in like so. So now we've got that bit set, the right angle. I mean, it'll go that way anyway because that's the shape of it. And now all we've got to do is this piece here. All right. So again, if I pop that in, what I need to do is just pop it off the edge here. So don't go right up. I'll show you. I'm going to clamp it and then show you so that you can see exactly what I've done. Now, what I've done here this time is I've left a little bit there. And that is so that when I push it up, that bit goes over like so. Now that's how easy it is to make that piece. So this bit really is worth its weight in gold. It's got a non-slip base. This is the clamp, okay? So you unscrew that and then it lets it out. And there we are. That is the other piece made to go with that piece, like so. It's as simple as that. All right, I'll just show you a bit more of this. If you wind this up even more, there's a pin underneath and it enables you to turn it and it locks. So if you've got awkward little pieces, you can use these little cutouts in between so that various bits don't get in the way. And that's what that's for. So there we are. This, I think this one is made in China, but they all look much of a much. They're all around 22, 25, all around that price. I wouldn't pay a lot more than that. If you're making a little model like this, this is perfect for what you want. And you'll learn more about it as you go. So if you wind it right up, that's when it clears. There is a pin underneath which stops it from turning. And once you've got it, but it allows it to turn once you go above the pin, all right? So if you've got a long straight edge to do, then you can put that edge to there or that edge to there, whichever way you want. And then just clamp it down and it squares back up. So it's a very neat piece of kit, quite cheap, quite inexpensive, but it's going to make you, help you with this model. So anyway, that's just an introduction. 7 models, remember, that's the name of the company. And I'm going to cut out the rest of the building now. I'm not just going to bore you with cutting it. I'm going to cut it out, trim it up, and then do some more bending on another video. And then what you need to do then is you need to just lightly get some wet and dry or something just to take the shine off a little bit. And how I'm going to affix this one, you can solder it if you're good at soldering. You can super glue it if you're good with that, and you can also use a 2-part epoxy like various Araldites and things like that. So they're the 3 main. All the instructions explain to you what to do, and there's quite a lot of stuff out there on YouTube. Various people make different things like this. So it's not just me, don't take my word for it. This is just how I do things. But you don't, it's not gospel. So anyway, I'm going to now cut out the next pieces that I need to form the main part of the building. And then I'll come back to you when I start bending and various other bits, just to show you how I get on with that. All right. Anyway, see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye now.